Hello! So we are on week 12 of our weekly Bible study, The Women of the Bible and You. This week it's called The Shulamite's Great Advice. The verse is from Song of Solomon chapter 8 verse 4. I adjure you, O daughters of Jerusalem, do not stir up or awaken love until it is ready. The Song of Solomon is the only love poem in the Bible. Dripping with erotic imagery, it celebrates love, sexual intimacy, and the passions that lie therein. It's also the only book of the Bible in which a woman's voice is dominant. Still, the collection of poems shares a passionate dialogue between two people. A woman known as the Shulamite and her lover, who describe with joy their desire for each other, their sexual sharing, and their hopes for love. Though we don't know much about her, other than she's probably from a place called Shulam, the Shulamite takes us on an intimate journey as she reflects with her lover on their experience of walking through the flames of love. It's thrilling to read and leaves her audience, both the reader and the daughters of Jerusalem in the poem, inspired to experience our own passionate journeys. So why does she tell us on 3 different occasions not to awaken love before it is ready? She goes on about how in love she is, how intoxicating love is, and how pleasing the feeling is, but then every so often she says, but don't fall in love until the time is right. Why? Though our heroine never answers those questions plainly, she offers several poetic clues. First of all, love is all-consuming. She says multiple times that she is faint with love, utterly lovesick. Love has a way of taking over, disrupting your life and demanding all of your attention. The object of our affection can become everything to us, and this can be dangerous. We can't sit and stare into the eyes of our beloved all day, every day. It can easily become worship rather than affection, even idolatrous. Our relationships should not become all of life, but should inspire us to live better. In this way, being in love has to be navigated with care and maturity. Moreover, not all seasons of life allow us to welcome this kind of disorienting excitement without damaging other important aspects of life: faith, family, and our purpose. Our world loves to tell us we can have it all, but as Renita J. Weems points out in her book, What Matters Most, 10 Lessons in Living Passionately from the Song of Solomon, maybe we can't, at least not all at the same time, but suggesting that there's a right time for love, the Shulamite implies that there's a wrong time for love. We can only be prayerful about when that time is and seek to discern God's direction. Maybe we discern it correctly, but maybe we don't. But it's definitely valuable to ask God if we're ready and if our beloved is ready. Because sometimes we're not, or they're not. And that's a recipe for heartbreak. Feeling love is one thing, but tending a relationship is another. Falling in love before we're ready to show up for a relationship will inevitably hurt us or someone else. And because love is strong as death, it can be nearly impossible to walk away when we should. So if you know you can't be emotionally available or mature enough to handle all that comes with love, vulnerability, open communication, working through problems, extending love and care, generally being of service to another person, it's best to wait until you are. The Shulamite speaks from experience, and her advice is worthy of real consideration. What is most important to note in the Shulamite's counsel is that ultimately love is a choice. While we often speak of falling in love because of how it feels, we do make the decision to do it. And if we're choosing to love, we need to own that choice rather than pretending it's just happened to us. What questions will you ask yourself to be sure you're ready for love? Will you choose it at this time, or will you wait until the time is right?